Government pushes for the opening of the Bahamian Riviera.
Also ahead tonight, a man arraigned in connection with a drug bust in Andros this weekend past.
And a monument in honor of the fallen four. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This portion of the news brought to you by BTC Every Day.
The Attorney General speaks out on Baha Mar talks. Good evening, everyone. I'm Keishla Adderley.
I'm Chris Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us. More optimism is being expressed that the Baha Mar saga will be resolved and the mega resort property will open soon. Fern Carey spoke with the country's Attorney General today on the breakdown at Baha Mar.
With negotiations ongoing between the government and Baha Mar officials, Attorney General the Honorable Alison Maynard Gibson says Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie is taking steps to ensure that the multi-billion-dollar resort is remobilized, completed, opened, and in full operation as soon as possible.
But every day that project remains closed, Bahamians are hurting. Bahamians who are connected to it, and Bahamians who have put their hopes in it for their future. Now, the important thing to note also is that the PM would like to see their disputes between these contracting parties to be resolved by themselves, so they should arrive at a settlement.
Since the Baha Mar project stalled, the government has committed to paying the salaries of Bahamian workers and has come under fire for not doing the same for foreign workers.
Is it that a billionaire is asking the Bahamian taxpayer to guarantee his debt? That's what a sovereign guarantee is, the Bahamian taxpayer putting up a guarantee. That's very odd. It would be unprecedented, as the Prime Minister says, and it's a non-starter. The second thing is that after a certain headline where it was being suggested that the government was acting in a deplorable manner for not paying the foreign salaries, a citizen said to me that actually, Mrs. Gibson, it would be deplorable if the government of the Bahamas used taxpayer money to pay non-Bahamian salaries. I adopt those words.
Regarding concern from some quarters that the government is using the Baha Mar matter for political gain, the Attorney General said that is not the case.
Every effort is being made to have this matter resolved for and on behalf of the Bahamian people. That is the Prime Minister's sole focus, sole objective.
Meantime, if talks fail, the Attorney General says the government will head to court on August 19th for the provisional liquidator application. Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
The government is moving swiftly to address the most recent trade dispute filed by the Bahamas Hotel, Catering and Allied Workers Union against the Pink Sands Resort on Harbor Island, Eleuthera. The matter reportedly is so serious that the Director of Labor, Robert Farquharson, tells ZNS News that urgent legislation may be brought to Parliament to address it. At the center of the controversy is the job security of 85 employees. Traditionally, when the Pink Sands Resort closes for renovations during the slow period of August, September, and October, employees are given extended paid vacation leave with a guarantee that they'd return to work once the season picks up. Now, according to Farquharson, Pink Sands now wants to change this long-standing bargaining agreement with the union.
The hotel has indicated by way of a letter that they intend to terminate all of the employees and to rehire the selected employees they wish. We are extremely concerned with this in the Department of Labor. I was in discussions with representatives of the hotel, and they had indicated to me that this decision was taken in light of the recent Supreme Court ruling regarding the in the Malia matter, where the Supreme Court advised in writing that because the collective agreement expired, there are limited options for the hotel union. And so that raised a concern for us. And so we are going to take the matter up at the conciliation level. I am not at liberty to go into any more specific details because the legal process has begun.
Now, Farquharson says the trade dispute is being treated with the highest level of priority. He adds that the government won't sit idly by as the rights of workers are trampled on.
As a result of the ruling, and in an effort to protect the workers of this country, the government may be forced to take emergency legislation to Parliament to make sure that employers like Pink Sands do not try to take advantage and disenfranchise Bahamian workers as a result of a long-standing custom and practice. Custom and practice is a well-known established principles in common law, and in the absence of collective bargaining agreements, the courts have looked at customs and practice as accepted standards, and that is what the government will have to look into to protect the rights of all workers.
The increase in minimum wage is closer to becoming a reality. Members of the House of Assembly passed a resolution last night to amend the Minimum Wage Act, which would hike the weekly pay mandated by law from $140 to $210, a 50% increase. Yesterday, Minister of Labor and National Insurance, the Honorable Shane Gibson, said it is important to legislate minimum standards, pointing out that many employers would take advantage of employees without it. He says it's the hallmark of the Progressive Liberal Party government to fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. The new minimum wage is set to come into effect on August 15th. The House of Assembly is adjourned until Wednesday, September 2nd.
Well, still ahead tonight, a Bahamian music legend remembered.
And in sports, it's all about the Summer of Thunder. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the new Shell & Lede, designed for extra miles.